Hello, this is Ankit Duke from Indapura group number 2, and I am recording this lecture uh, as a third lecture of our course, which is a basically C language course, which is going to cover all the basics of programming, that is coding. Okay, so let's start with the course. What we have learned is in the previous lectures about conditional statements, which includes if else, if. Okay, and loops, which includes entry controlled loop. Entry controlled loop means which is which directly comes, like I will explain it later. I'm not sure about it. Then out, basically inner loop and outer loop. Inner loop whose execution starts uh, after the condition, and outer loop where the execution is started first, like do while loop, and then the uh, condition is checked. Okay, and I hope you are all clear with the concept of conditional statements, loops. Yeah, that I have explained in the previous lecture, and it is not going to be an excuse for me that I will not explain it again. I will explain it, like while revising the concepts. I will be explaining it again. Okay. The concepts which we are going to study now is pointers, structures, and unions. Why we are getting into the difficult concepts first? Because basically, when your fear of studying the programming is gone, is excluded from this course, then it becomes easier to adapt the adapt the pace which in which I am teaching. Like sometimes I had to go slow, and sometimes I had to go fast. Okay, so the concepts we are going to clear now are basically pointers, structures, and unions. Okay, pointer, wherever you see a asterisk symbol. Now, what is a asterisk symbol? It is denoted as a star in our keyboard of a PC. Okay, and structures, they are denoted by the keyword struct. Fine. This is the last part of this whole concept that we are seeing it. It's not necessary initially now. Okay, we'll go through the pointers, and we are just going to discuss the general point of view about the every topic, not into the very depth. Okay, whenever we'll use it in our programming, then we'll understand the depth, because it will be easy for to understand it practically when we will do actual programming and build something, or do some programming and get some output from that. Okay, pointers. Suppose we declare a variable with the data type int, and the variable name is Puja. The variable name is Puja. Here, if we have to get the address of the variable, see, we have just declared it. Declared we can recognize it from the semicolon. Like here is a variable name, here is a data type. There is some kind of a memory in our PC, a personal computer, that is called as C drive, D drive, that is a hard drive, and another memory that is RAM, that is random access memory. The variable is generally stored in the memory, permanent memory. It comes in the hard drive. Suppose here is our memory, okay, and this is our, okay, fine. This is our CPU. In the CPU there is a memory, and in this memory here we have a memory size allocated for the variable named Puja. Okay, but what's the size? Fine, what's the size of this in which the variable is stored? So generally for the integer in C language, it's I think 1 or 2 bytes. You can check it on a browser for a single variable. When we declare it multiple variables, the size may increase. But by the use of the pointer, we can know the address of the variable. So like if we use the pointer here, then and we print this variable named Puja. If we print it, how we print it in C language? We print it in using the printf function. Memory address. Sorry, not plus. Just simply use it a comma and then write the name of the variable. Let me check. Variable, or maybe I'm not sure, here can be a pointer allocated to it. Then it prints the, means in the output screen. If here suppose this is output screen, also called as console, in that it prints the memory address. See, you are living in the home and you have a certain address. Suppose my address is Agut number 2, Indapur, Pune, Maharashtra. I am living somewhere. Similarly, this variable it's stored somewhere. It's stored in the memory, and the specific memory is allocated to it. So it has a memory address. Okay. So to know the memory address, we have to write a particular syntax. Fine. So it will print something 1 2 digits 5 7, and that will be the memory address for this variable. Okay. The pointer, we can use it to serve different kind of purposes, and we are going to learn its applications. Okay. This was the general overview of the pointers. Fine. So next concept we are going to move towards is structures. Structures. Basically, from the name itself, we can know that it can be used to store the data. Why? Because it is a kind of a structure, and data is stored in the form of a structure. And a keyword struct is used in a code to uh, store the data in the form of a structure. Fine. For example, we define structure struct to define use this keyword, because we cannot do or modify or change any letter in this. Use it as it is, because it is a keyword. There are basically 32 keywords we used in our syllabus in C. Basically, there are more than that. Then We can give it a name for the structure, any name. Basically same name we will give it as a puja, and here curly braces. Why structure? Basically it is a dynamic, like not called as dynamic, but it can be used to store multiple kind of data types. See, we used int as a data type. It is a predefined data type, like it is defined by the system integer, and this we can define it in our terms. Like if we have, we can define here int Aniket. We can define here uh, float vik. Okay, like string. We also can define here string str. So multiple types of data types are defined here using a struct keyword. And okay, actually not using a struct keyword, using this structure concept. Fine. And we can access it. Basically, it uses a concept of, there is one concept in object oriented programming. Uh, can like data is wrapped into a structure. Fine. Then further, whichever whatever the code will come, that is going to access this structure. But for that we need to make this public. Then when we use this public keyword, it becomes public. Everyone can access it, like a public area. We can go and use public washrooms. Everyone can access. Similarly, it's used here. Okay. This was a general overview about the struct keyword, and basically the unions are the concepts that I personally don't know very much, because it has been not been used by me in the coding. So next time I will be clearing that concept very clearly. And if you have any doubts, you can comment. If there is a option in the website, you can comment, or else uh, you can for the feedback you may contact me through any medium that is available, right? But possibly I will make sure that the website gets updated daily, and every time there will be some kind of improvement, so that uh, so that yeah, interconnection may become from both the sides. Fine, that's all. Thank you.